I see a story in today's Daily Guide, and the story is on page 3. It says Now, Ernest Kofi says, ranking member on the Roads and Transportation Committee, Kennedy Elsa-Nyako, has dismissed suggestions of financial mismanagement in the execution of the Ofankor-Nsawam Road project, insisting that government financing arrangements have been transparent and well documented. Now, the Akim Suhuyini, member of parliament, explained that the actual contract sum for 33.4 kilometer road was 346.479 million. Now, of this amount, the then New Patriotic Party administration secured a 200 million cedi loan facility, while government contributed 146.47 million from its own budget as counterpart funding. Now, quoting the Auditor General's report, Mr. Elsa-Nyako stressed that about 70% of the total contract sum, equivalent to $241 million US, had already been paid to the contractor before the previous NPP administration left office. So 241, that's what he says. Now, he added that by January 6, 2025, the project had achieved 70% completion. The facts remain that Ofankor-Nsawam Road is progressing, and despite the delays caused by litigation, work is nearing completion. The MP further explained that the original completion date of July 2024 was missed due to over 80 lawsuits from individuals affected by the demolition of structures along the right-of-way. Some obtained injunctions to stop the contractor, while others challenged the compensation offered in court. These suits stalled progress and shifted the timeline, he explained. Now, he noted that most of the cases were resolved by the end of June this year, paving the way for accelerated work. His explanation comes after President John Dramani Mahama, during an inspection of the road on Wednesday, questioned the use of funds for the project. Now, I quote the president: "A loan was taken for this project, and I don't understand why the money is finished, but the project is not over. We are now having to pay an additional 78 million cedis from government funds. We need to find out what really happened, whether the estimates were wrong or something else went wrong." The Ofankor-Nsawam Road is considered one of the country's most critical transport corridors, linking Accra to Kumasi and serving as major routes for commuters and trade. Its completion is expected to ease congestion and boost economic activity between the country's two largest cities. So, Alhassan, as your capacity as Deputy Roads and Highways Minister, what do you have to say about this back and forth between the members of the Roads Committee and that of the government with regards to the funding, how much money has been paid during the previous administration, how much you have had to pay, what you inherited, and so on and so forth? And then you can bring us up to speed on, how soon this project would be done or would be completed.
Conversation and the tangent is taken is much ado about nothing.
Okay.
Completely much ado about nothing. The project was started in 2022, and it was supposed to have been handed over in 2024. Moro, if those who are screaming about payments and whether a loan was utilized and wasn't utilized did their work well, we will not be having a conversation about Ofankor today.
Right.
Why are we having a conversation about Ofankor at the tail end of 2025? It's because they failed in what they should have done to ensure that the project was done and dusted by end of 2024. So what are they talking about? The fact is that when we took over in 2025, the contractor, like many other contractors across the country, had abandoned site because of non-payment. That's the fact. When we took over in 2025, a project that should have been done and handed over in 2024 was at less than 70% completed. And a contractor not on site. So we took over and we went around the country to take an inventory with my minister, and we noticed that the contractor was not on site. We are like many other contractors, so we appealed to some of them to return to site. I think even the contractor came back to site after a while and decided to scale down and to completely abandon again. Many other contractors went to site, some scaled down, others also abandoned because of non-payment. That is the fact. And we all know why it was difficult for us to immediately make funds available when we took over. Our economy was junk. Our economy was junk. And we didn't make our economy junk. We inherited that junk situation. So we could not immediately make payments to these contractors, even though they were legitimately owed. So we needed to sanitize and clean up the economy before we were able to make some payments to them. And I mean, thanks be to God, we are coming out of the woods. And so the finance minister, because of the priority of this road, the fact that it is the major, trunk road that connects the capital to many other regions in the country, money had to be made available for this particular contractor to move back to site. And the president was concerned that motorists were beginning to complain. And it was all over on social media and on traditional media. And their concerns were genuine because the road had deteriorated even beyond, the point that the contractor left it, because we're in the rainy season. And so the president directed that priority be given for the contractor to return to site, to rehabilitate that, because it is a major trunk road. It connects many regions to the capital. And so we couldn't afford to delay. And so the finance minister had to mobilize money for the contractor to be paid, some substantial amount of money, to return to site. The contractor is not given advance money. He's paid for works that he has already carried out and certificates raised for which the previous government did not pay. And so if the president, after the payment to the contractor, went to the site to inspect the site, that was, I think, on the Wednesday,
Yes.
and made the observation that this road should have been completed long ago, it's a fact because it should have been done in 2024. And that a loan was taken to facilitate the completion, it's also a fact because a loan was indeed taken to facilitate the completion. The president didn't say the loan was taken purposely for that project. The loan was about 720 million. Not so.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
You
And
mean the Afri-Exim?
the Afri-Exim Bank loan.
Yeah.
And it's a fact also that part of that money was to finance and facilitate the completion of this road. And if, things had been done properly, the road would have been completed by 2024. That was the timeline. So if today we still have a situation where we have to deal with it, and the president wonders how come the loan that was taken to facilitate this road, after the taking of that loan, we still have this problem, the president is within his right to make that observation. So what is this, rebuttal that yes, the loan was not only for that road? He didn't say the loan was only for that road. He said the loan was to facilitate the completion of that road. And it is true. Now, how much of the loan has even been paid to the contractor?
Right.
The evidence has emerged that not all the $200 million that was supposed to be used to pay this contractor was indeed advanced to the contractor. Not all of it. I mean, yes, it's a little 5 million or so, but not all the $200 million was paid to the contractor.
So you mean contrary to what we had learned earlier, that 200 million was paid to the contractor?
No, it's about 195.
You're saying it's 195.
I think it's about 195. That was paid to the contractor. So it is still right to question what happened. It's still a legitimate question to ask. But I don't even want us to belabor the point and focus on that.
But Alhassan, in the spirit of accountability.
Yes, you see,
somebody should be telling us where's the $5 million.
Yes, that one will be uncovered later because
Yes.
you see, after the whole project, there will be a reconciliation. After the whole project, there will be a reconciliation of how much has been paid and where the source of payment has come from.
Okay.
There will be a reconciliation.
Okay.
So I'm saying that it is much ado about nothing to be talking about the fact that the president said a loan was taken for the project. And it is true that a loan was taken to facilitate the completion of the project. And the project was supposed to have been done by 2024. And as we speak, the project is not done.
He explains that...
And the president has had to, put pressure on his finance minister to look for money for the contractor to go back to site. The good news, Moro, is that the portions of the road that got so bad that motorists, started complaining, has almost been asphalted now. The contractor, since he got the money and returned to site, has significantly improved, the section, especially that was so bad and so unmotorable. And he's progressing steadily at about 75% completion point as we speak. And the president was very candid that the government will not tolerate shoddy work, and it is the reason why he has put this project on the big push agenda. And he expects that, subsequent payments will be regular to the contractor, and he also expects the contractor to finish the project on schedule. That is the new focus. That, for me, is the priority of every Ghanaian that is concerned about the Pokuase-Ofankor road. Because we know how useful that road is.
Okay. Now the reconciliation and the auditing bit is extremely important, because even when you read the story, the Kennedy Nyakun's, side of the story. He's a ranking member of the Roads and Transportation Committee, and he says it was $241 million had been paid to the contractor. Now, you're even saying that you inherited 195. So the auditing and the reconciliation is extremely important.
It's important.
Now, secondly, he talks about the fact that, yes, money aside, there may have been some financial constraints, but he says, and I'm going to read it, the original completion date of July 2024 was missed due to over 80 lawsuits from individuals affected by the demolition of structures along the right-of-way.
That was not the key reason.
Okay.
It was one of the reasons.
Okay.
I mean, the right-of-way is always an issue when it comes to expansion of road network and construction of road network. The right-of-way is always an issue. Yes, so there were these legal issues. But it was not the major reason. What can't money resolve?
Right.
I mean, in terms in infrastructure, especially.
Okay.
So it was an issue of money. It was an issue of legal disagreements. It was an issue of many other things came together to delay the project. But for me, that shouldn't be our focus. What should be our focus is that His Excellency President Mahama has prioritized this project, has put it on the big push agenda, has ensured that, money is released to the contractor, and the contractor, as we speak, has been paid in full. There is no, liability on government as we speak, except the works that the contractor is going to now carry out and raise certificates on. And he has indicated to the contractor that he will make sure that there is regular payment to the contractor because of the fact that this project has now been put under the big push agenda. And he will not also tolerate shoddy work from the contractor, and he will not tolerate the missing of the timeline. When the project is completed, we can now do the financial, reconciliation and find out where the sources of fund came from and whether there was a shortfall and who to hold responsible for any shortfalls if there are any.